האבן הזאת שאתה מצלם נראה לי,
כן.
נכון? נותן את האבן?
כן.
היא כאילו משקל.
בדיוק. of the room.
We dug here, when we found the mosaic floor temple, we found this is a monument, 3,000 years. Yes, it's here. Thank you. This is top, also 2,000 years stone. This is 1,000. Yes. This is 1,000 years.
Look at the
Yes, it's like arches. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's in every day. And this is a stone weight.
That's still good. Oh, wow.
This is 1,700 years ago. 2 shekels. And this is seal, like stamp that we found here, and this name written in the Bible. But we try to say that Jerusalem is like a mirror of history. This is Netanyahu. Yes, this is only the seal. Someone will wrote his name, Netanyahu Benjamin. And this is in the room for Netanyahu. Yes. The Prime Minister in his office. Yes.
Wow.
And for us to walk in Jerusalem and to look carefully to every level of stone, it's another message from the history.
Yes, it is.
It's unbelievable. This is the Tao. This is also a bomb. And every day it's another antiquities. This is marble. Yes. This is part of some kind of
Wow.
And a lot of group coming here and touch the history. For us, oh, that's right.
Look at the work there.
בלמים, אפשר לזוז רגע? לזוז, היא רוצה לראות שנייה? לזוז, שמאלה.
We understood that we are standing in a synagogue in 1,000 years ago, and here we found the gate of the synagogue. So understand? Also, this level is It's higher than the level from the second temple period. Here was a street from the Herodian period. It means 2000. And we are digging till the better. Unbelievable. Will be here. They pray facing Jerusalem, facing Israel, facing Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, facing the Western Wall.
אין בית כנסת שלא... לא, לכן המקום...
You can come inside and see. That's how the second temple looks 2,000 years ago. Around the second temple was 4 walls. This is the western wall. If we will see the presentation, around the temple, 4 walls, you see 4 the mountain from all the sides around. One of them is the western wall. The part that we know from outside, it's only this part. When the Roman came, they destroyed the second temple, and 600 years, the mountain was empty. 1,000 years later, another kind of Muslim came from Egypt. They want to build all the buildings near the western wall, on the same level like the top of the mountain, on the valley. What they did, they built arches just to support all the buildings and building the top of it, and they covered most of the western wall. That's why today, only this little part outside, but all the continuation is under the houses. We are digging every day under the old city, support the building, and try to dig till the better. We came from here to Chastain, from the yellow line, from here, and under the level above us, we are sitting right here. It means that facing us is the continuation of the western wall. And here we found very special stone, right here. Where is it? Right here. Now it's very clear to understand that if we will turn from here, we found original gate to the temple. Here we found the original bedrock from the Moriah mountain. It's not stone that somebody built here. It's part of the bedrock himself. Also, a street. We found part of the street from the second temple period. We found water tunnel from the Maccabean period. It's before Herod. Unbelievable. And water pool from the Roman period. That's what we try to say, that the western wall and all the stones around, it's like a mirror. And we try to learn the history and to find how... inside.
Technology is. Wow.
Original stone. And the material and here, this is storage from the first. Here was the level of the street that the Romans destroyed.
This would have been the market place.
That's right. That's right. The Romans destroyed the street here. Then we found this some kind of. Let's try to imagine that here was a seat.
Yes.
You'll see a similar scene in the city.
Water. We draw water from one spring, and from this pipe, it grows the water. That is cool. This is here, and on those pillars was a special capital. But here, the Romans destroyed it. But here, we found the continuation of the wall. Everything is in the middle of the wall. But from here, we can see the continuation of this wall. Right here was the original capital.
Oh, yes.
Yes, another 3 months, we're going to open it to the public. We're in the middle of the work. It's really, here, see the capital on the pillar. It's amazing, it's amazing. We hope that when we're going to open it to the public, this will be two levels of trees. The people trying to view. Now we are right here. And this is one piece of stone from here. From here, this is the beginning of the stone. Till there, 570 tons, one piece of stone. What happened here, we found another 11 levels of stones here down. 11 levels of stones here down. What happened, they're very afraid of earthquakes. That's why we put those heavy stones just to make fresh at first level. And he continued to build with the other original stone with the frame around it. Titus came and destroyed. When the Muslims came, they wanted to build the western wall. They built those little stones just to make straight level on the big one, and they continued to build with the other Muslim stone. 500 years later, the Crusaders came. They wanted to build here very wide water pool, and they wanted to put this concrete on the walls around. But it's impossible to put it on the original stones. It was very smooth. They built another wall just for the concrete. But how they connected two walls together, the new one, 1,000 years, near the old one, 2,000 years, they get those, they put those on this side. It's an original. It's like the puzzle that every time we found another part of it, and the picture became clear more and more. Yes, we are digging in 3 places at the same time. In every place we have another forest, but we have accomplished work.
A lot of apprentices.
That's
Because they have to make their own. This is not like
Can you touch the wall again?
Yes.
And look there.
a
איפה אתה נותן לה את זה פה?
Just to say here some kind of prayer. The Rabbi wants to pray with
שיר למעלות, שא עיני אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי. עזרי מעם אדוני עושה שמיים וארץ. אל יתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומריך. הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל. אדוני שומריך, אדוני צילך על יד ימינך. גם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה. אדוני ישמורך מכל רע ישמור את נפשך. אדוני ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם. שיר המעלות לדוד. שמחתי באומרים לי בית אדוני נלך. עומדות היו רגלינו בשערייך ירושלים. ירושלים הבנויה, כעיר שחוברה לה יחדיו. ששם עלו שבטים שבטי יה, עדות לישראל להודות לשם אדוני. כי שם ישבו כסאות למשפט, כסאות לבית דוד. שאלו שלום ירושלים, ישליו אוהבייך. יהי שלום בחילך, שלווה בארמנותייך. למען אחי ורעי אדברנה שלום בך, למען בית אדוני אלוהינו אבקשה טוב לך. Right? Yes.
Light a prayer for this. But you know what? We have one. We have one. We have one.
צלמים, נראה לי אחורה יותר טוב.
אוקיי.
on the blesses
You, your family, your country, yes.
ספר, להניק ספר.
Also, thank you very much for coming. We more than appreciate it very, very much.
איפה הם נותנים את הספר? פה?
Amazing. So the area where they keep the bedrock. So that we did not see that the last time.
That's right. Because we're digging
Yeah.
day and night all the time.
Now in the Corona time, more. There are
Yeah.
times people don't go. Yes, come
Because
That's
it's
more time
empty,
to have
it's
people
easier
in.
to dig.
Yeah.
Because it's
So I
empty.
remember we put a prayer in here then,
Wow.
5 years ago. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, yes. So it's very, very touching.
Wow.
So since then we have seven additional grandchildren. So we were able to add their names. Add their names to them. Yes. Isn't that?
God listen.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Bless you.
We have 12 now.
Wow. We knew, for example, that here we're going to find the street. And we
About.
part of the street. And the rabbi, this one's, show you. Part from our
Oh
album
my goodness.
with all the explanation, all the notes, all the
Thank you.
presentation, how Jerusalem looks during the year, every year, what we found here, a lot of history and a lot of connection with the Jewish people. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
This is so special. Thank you. Thank you. So special.
אפשר היה רק אמרו, בשמירת מרווח הבנתי שזה חשוב.
כן, בסדר. Want to ask, say something?
Yes, absolutely. Oh, so these are my coins. And when I was supposed to make, this was something that when I first came to this one 20 years ago, somebody told me that this Bible verse I know, I know, I know.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Many years.
Yes. So I have to say the story that when I was here 20 years ago, with my very first trip was with APAC. And as I was leaving, the director of APAC, Arlene Samuels, said to me, so we've all been talking and you have been designated Esther. And so from that moment on, 414, for such a time as this, has always been something that I've carried with me, and it's on my coin. And I never dreamed that I would be coming back at this very moment as the US-UN ambassador, and to have the honor of protecting Israel every single day at the United Nations, and to be able to have that on my coin, and to be able to stand here with you and each of you. So thank you very much again. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for everything you do.
Yes, but the United States
United
to
States.
Israel.
Well, you know, it is the moral and the right thing to do, and we are very grateful that we have a country that we can. It's equal, because you give what you receive, and it's such a giving relationship, and that's unusual. And it was two democracies that we can help the rest of the world. So we are so happy to be hand in glove with you.
And the president came to Jerusalem?
Yes.
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 Unbelievable. On the
So we
Jewish.
can thank President Trump for that. He's
Yes.
had such a vision, and that was one of his focuses when he was running for president, is to have the embassy here. And it's just that he sees something to completion. So
And from here you can go to say to the president, thank you in the name from Jewish people in Israel and in the world. Of Jerusalem, of the Western world.
Please,
They are the first president coming to the Western world.
yes, yes,
we
very special.
always
Very, very
remember it.
special.
Always.
Yes, thank you.
Very,
Thank you for
very
hosting me.
Thank you very
It's just
much.
such a special moment for me to be here in this capacity.
Oh, thank you very much.
So thank you.
We have good friend, Gilad Erdan.
Yes,
A
yes,
photo
I
with
did.
Mr. Kraft?
Special.
Can we get a photo with Mr. Kraft?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you must smile with us. Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. Now to the synagogue.
Okay, sir. If they want peace, only from Jerusalem.
תמונה בחוץ.
Where are you from?
From Kentucky, but we live in New York.
Wow,
Yeah.
my family is from Orlando.
Oh, Disney World. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, have a nice day.
Please, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Where are you from?
From Kentucky, but we live in New York.
Wow, my
Yeah.
family is from Orlando.
Oh, Disney World. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, have a nice day.
Please, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Where are you from?
From Kentucky, but we live in New York.
Wow, my
Yeah.
family is from Orlando.
Oh, Disney World. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, have a nice day.
Please, yes.
But not the other way. No, of course. Okay, Ehab will be waiting for us. Thank you. How's it been going so far today?
Great. Yeah, long day, but it's been really productive.
Okay.
Very much. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you? Hey, Tammy. How are you?
How you doing?
Great day.
Yeah.
Great day.
Good?
Yes.
Hey, Joe.
Amazing.
Hello.
Amazing.
How's
This is
everything?
my husband, Joe. You remember?
Hi, Joe.
Yeah.
We met yesterday.
Amazing.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right, well,
Meetings,
makes sense.
Because it makes you more prepared.
Absolutely.
And
Makes
it
sense.
does a service to both parties.
That's great.
Yeah.
And we'll catch up
Great.
over dinner. Let us, I
Yes,
want to hear all
yes.
about your day. But
Hi, nice to
Hi,
meet you.
nice to meet you
We actually
also.
met at the Shrimp Hotel once before, so good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you also. Okay.
so I don't want to take one more second of your time because this guy is the guy you want. This guy's
All right.
This guy's the guy.
You ready?
Zev does.
Jason? No.
Zeb.
No.
By
Zeb.
the way, Jason is my English name, so there you go. You got,
All
you got
right.
both my
There
names.
you go.
All right. Haven't heard that name in a while, but it's all good. So have you both been to the city of David before, or?
Yes.
Yes. When were you here?
5 years ago.
Really? Okay. So what we're gonna see.
We slept since then.
What we're gonna see, right, is something that you did not see then, right? And so we'll start off over here with a story that goes back to 2004. 2004. If you look straight across from us, you see that there's these metallic doors with light reflecting off of them. Straight across, that's a garage door. There were cars driving over there. And what happened? There's dump trucks. Straight through construction. They clear everyone out. And it turns out that they were repairing the sluice pipe and cover these ancient stone steps. 2,000 years old, way back in the time of Jesus. Now, a sense of where we are right now. We are southern steps over here with deep significance for Christians and Jews. And they say there must be a connection between these two sets of stairs. And they realize that these steps that we've uncovered over here are the steps leading down to the pool of Siloam. Now, what's the pool of Siloam? First, for Christians, the story of the healing of the blind man, the book of John, is the pool of Siloam in the city of David. Now, the Bible says there's those 3 times, those 3 festivals, when everyone would have to go up to the temple. Now, before you can go up to the temple, what do you have to do? You have to wash, cleanse, bathe in a ritual bath, in a mikvah. The historian Josephus says that on the pilgrimage festivals, such as Passover, you would have had nearly 3 million people going on pilgrimage. That's a lot of people who have to go to the ritual bath. The pool of Siloam was the size of 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Why so big? In order to accommodate the millions of pilgrims who would purify themselves before heading up to the temple, on the Temple Mount. So then the archaeologists had a question. They said, wait a minute, if we know 2,000 years ago, they said, we know that this was the pool of Siloam, where we're standing right now, and we know where the temple stood on the Temple Mount, a half mile north from here. They had a question, which was, how did everyone get from here all the way up to the temple? And so they decided to widen the excavation, and they found something that is, to quote the ambassador, the most significant archaeological discovery in the last century. Maybe more than that. And we're going to go take a look now. It's an active excavation uncovering something that is not only significant to Israel and not only significant to America, but to the billions of people who feel a connection to the Judeo-Christian heritage. What's being uncovered right now is, let's call it inspiring. It's probably an understatement, and we're going to go see it right now. But
Just before you do, sure, of an Olympic-sized pool, show how this compares to what
Sure. So if you come over here, you can see this is the northeastern corner of the pool.
Oh,
So the
okay.
pool, if you
Yes.
look in this picture here, all of this orchard, which is right over here, all of this is the pool. Right? So it goes all the way that way, all the way this way, and God willing, the hope is that in the not too distant future, we are going to be able to fully excavate the entire pool. We're going to be fully excavating the next thing that we're going to see also, and that in about 3 years from now, God willing, when a person comes to visit Jerusalem, they're going to start off their visit here at the Pool of Siloam in the city of David, walk all the way up something very special, which we're going to see in a moment, and come out at the footsteps of the Western Wall, the southern steps of the Temple Mount, literally walking in the footsteps of the Bible. Right? And it's real, you can see it, you can touch it, you can walk on it.
I told you it's worthwhile.
This is, it's not simply a matter of faith, it's a matter of fact. It's real. You're standing on the same stones, the same pool where Jesus would have come. This is it, right here. Now I'll tell you a story about then Energy Secretary Perry. So he comes here with the ambassador, and he comes and he's so excited. He says, this is the actual pool, and he goes down to where you're standing, and he starts going like this and making it look like he's cleansing himself. And so I said, Secretary, it's a good thing that you're a Christian,
He says, why is that? I said, because for Jews, when we would go into a ritual bath, we take our clothes off first. I said, Christians, you guys don't have to do that. So that worked out well. But this is where it was. Good?
Yes.
You ready to see how we
Yes.
get from here up to the
Yes.
Temple Mount?
Yes.
Let's go. One excavation. I encourage everyone to
Take water.
water also. Just take a helmet.
Yep.
Helmet.
Helmet.
I encourage. I don't.
You're not going to wear a helmet?
I call it. This is the closest thing to a
It's
free
like
country in
100
the Middle
times, I mean, I'm
East.
already-
Yeah, he's already. If he puts on a helmet here, they're going to assume he's one of the workers he's here so often. You just play with that knob; it makes it tighter. Or,
Thanks for a good picture, though.
Right?
Thanks for a good picture. You know what, I'll put one on just to the picture.
yeah.
Yeah, we have to tighten the little red dial on the back.
We've got you one of those with your name on it, right?
Selling things to the travelers.
For sure. Meaning, one, imagine you're going out to the temple, you need something for a temple service. Maybe you want a souvenir, like I came to Jerusalem, I heart Jerusalem, who knows, that you bring back for someone who may go on pilgrimage. But this is, imagine you buy a bottle of water, a hat, something for the temple service, maybe spices. But this is it. So imagine this is prime real estate. This is the first shop coming up from the Pool of Siloam. And as we go up the pilgrimage road, there are more and more of these stalls that we're uncovering. It's very easy when we think of the Bible. We think it's almost a different world and different people, not like us, angels and holiness and whatever. But when you're in the city of David, you see there was a real Pool of Siloam where real people purified themselves. And then when they walked on a real road, going shopping in real stores, going up to a real temple, and it's here it is, right? You can see it, you can touch it. It's not simply a matter of faith, it's a matter of fact. We're literally walking in the footsteps of the Bible.
What are the odds that Jesus walked up this road?
Oh, you're already beating me to it, right? I will give you the short answer.
That was a softball. We've done this before.
So we're going to start walking up the road in a moment. But to answer the ambassador's question, I was asked by a senator about a year or so ago. Also said, what are the chances Jesus walked here? I said, listen, I don't want to tell you stories. Let me give you a conservative estimate. Conservatively speaking, the likelihood that he walked here was 102%. So he said, how do you know? So it's very simple. If you believe there was a historic Jesus, he was in Jerusalem 2,000 years ago. He would have gone with all the Jews to the Pool of Siloam to purify. He would have then walked up through the city of David, along the pilgrimage road, which we're going to see in a moment, and then come out at the Temple Mount. It's all the things that we know 100%. We know the Pool of Siloam that we've discovered is 100% the Pool of Siloam. The pilgrimage road that we're about to see is 100% the pilgrimage road. The Temple Mount is 100% the Temple Mount. 100% Jesus walked here. This is what was happening.
One of the biggest, they've excavated, it looks like a relatively narrow road, only because they only excavated that portion of it. It's much wider than it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ready? Start walking up the pilgrimage road?
We are.
They thought was, okay, it's a pothole. We have potholes today, we have potholes 2,000 years ago. But when they saw it was evenly spaced, every few feet, another crack in the pavement, so they started to say, wait a minute, someone did this deliberately, someone did this intentionally. And the question was, why? So beneath the pilgrimage road is this, essentially a drainage channel or a sewer. And the historian Josephus says that in the year 70, the Romans are destroying Jerusalem. And the last Jews of Jerusalem are seeking refuge from the Romans. Where? In the drainage channel beneath the pilgrimage road. The Romans found out about it, and they come with sledgehammers, and they break open the flagstones. And archaeologists find whole cooking pots, meaning the people were living there for days, maybe for weeks or even for months, until the Romans find them all and kill them all. Archaeologists find this Roman sword and scabbard, which was one of the ones used by the Roman legions in the destruction of Jerusalem. So this is on the one hand, the pilgrimage road itself represents Jerusalem in its glory. And here you have Jerusalem in its destruction, right? All in the same space over here. Okay? That's what he So I guess he goes back to his Foreign Service Department and he says, look, this resolution's coming up for a while. And what happens?
Take it off your nose.
Comes up for a vote. He doesn't follow orders. And you know what happened to him the next day? He's looking for a job. And all the other ambassadors then see. Archaeology is normally top down. You start from the top, you go all the way down here. Now the challenge of a place like Jerusalem is the most sophisticated tunneling technology, because now it's allowing countries to uncover their heritage while still respecting those who are the left. More roads. All of this, you can see the road just keeps going. Okay, Maya.
So it keep going that way?
Yeah, it keeps going down. Yeah, they don't like you being in here, so we'll move out.
Sorry.
They're fast.
So next time you come to this.
Wow.
But you can see, like, it's just where that.
So this is from today.
Yeah, and where that wall of earth is, that's
Where do
just.
they carry everything? Where do they carry
We're going to
everything?
see right now how we deal with all that.
I got a very cool thing.
Yes.
It's like brand new, that part of the road. You just feel it. You know what this is? This is earth that came from there, that archaeologists are going to have to sift through and find coins and pottery and weapons. But this is it. The bag is labeled. It has, but it's from 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I mean, this is it's active and fresh. As
It's
you're
just
gonna
right, in the middle of the day, you see bags. just
Yeah, we're gonna
on
stick
the
it in
conveyor
the
belt,
conveyor
they just keep coming out. And they check every bag.
Yeah.
They check every
I
bag.
mean, this is archaeology. This is how it works.
This is where they discover some of the old bits. The little,
Absolutely.
I understood what you said.
Look at this area over here.
I see a lot, but I don't see like uneven.
There's a flat metallic thing there somewhere.
Oh, a coin.
You see it? Right there. So that is a 2,000-year-old coin.
So is this just sitting on top?
Yes, I'll tell you the story. 2,000-year-old coin and occupation of Jerusalem. And each year of the revolt, the Jews were minting coins, and scholars have long wondered why. Because at that time, the coins had no monetary value. And if they really wanted to fight the Romans, what should they have used the metal for? Weapons, right? Why use it in a worthless currency? So I'll share with you an answer that I heard, but before I do, I want to show you one such coin. The coin that you see over there, how did it get there? In the year 70, when the Romans are destroying Jerusalem, the fires that burn Jerusalem to the ground melt this coin onto the pavement of the pilgrimage road. And here you can see an identical coin. You can hold that, 2,000 years old. And it says on it, in ancient Hebrew writing, for the freedom of Zion, which is another name for Jerusalem, for the freedom of Jerusalem. 2,000-year-old coin found here along the pilgrimage road.
So, but a coin as a currency?
So the question is, so why were they minting it, right? So it wasn't worth anything. So why were they minting these coins? And the answer that I heard is that those who minted the coins at that time understood that Jerusalem was likely going to be destroyed. Do you see it, Tammy? But they also believed that one day in the future, their descendants would return and find these coins and know what their ancestors lived and died for a free Jerusalem. Now, they probably thought it would take a couple of years, decades, maybe a century. They couldn't imagine it would be nearly 2,000 years before their descendants would return as sovereign to Jerusalem. But here we are today in Jerusalem, the capital of Israel. And there is a free Zion today. There is a free Jerusalem where people of all faiths and backgrounds are able to come and connect with the heritage of this place. It took a little bit longer than they thought it would, but their prayer was answered. Their wish was answered. Their dream came true. Now, you could say one thing about Jewish history. If you give the Jewish people a few years, it probably won't work out well for us. But if you give us a few thousand years, we'll come out on top. All right, and that's what you can see over here. And there's a story. Remember when Secretary Mnuchin was here?
Yeah.
And he says, could you believe? He says, the Romans were here. They destroyed everything. From their perspective, they ended Jewish history. And then Secretary Mnuchin, he says, but here I am, a Jew, the Secretary of the Treasury for the United States of America, and says, where's the great Roman Empire? Right, and so...
and his name's on the currency.
Right, his name's right. This is my name on the currency, so a little bit of full circle.
Yeah.
By the way,
Long before there was the city of David, and we knew about this, my husband was buying. Let me see.
Hold on. So where is it? Paris? Yeah. in. And for example, so you can see all of this is going to be taken out so that the excavation, you think, but here's another home or shop that lines the pilgrimage road over here, 2,000 years old. And you can see the more modern fill that's just literally sitting right on top of it. Yeah, so this is, yep. And all of this is going to be sifted and sorted and, here, see, here's a piece of pottery. All this is going to be sifted.
It's a fire reconstruction. You see, it seems like the same situation as it was 2003. See, it's black. If I put it here, after 2 minutes, it became gray, it's dyed. Inside, it's black. It's white.
Is this from here?
Yeah, and all it's going to come out. But that's from the Roman fires in the year 70 that burned Jerusalem. And again, what's directly beneath our feet down here is the area where the people were hiding in the year 70.
So that's the depth of it.
Right, you can see straight down. Now over here, we find something. It's the only one of its kind found in Jerusalem so far, and it's found here along the pilgrimage road. Any guesses what you think this is before I tell you?
Podium.
There you go, right?
Podium.
So this is the original speaker's corner. So imagine 2,000 years ago, someone has a message they want to share with the masses. A political message, a religious message, an ethical message they want to preach. This is where you're going to do it from. You're going to get up over here, and the people that...
Where are you from?
From Kentucky, but we live in New York.
Kentucky? Wow, my
Yeah.
family is from Orlando.
Oh, Disney World. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, have a nice day.
Please, yes.